Hey friends, it's Terry. I thought I would come back with another lock update. At this point, I've reached a year. I'm actually 15 months. I reached 15 months on April 27th. Today is April 30th, so I thought now was a good time to just come back and talk about how things have neighbors. Thought I'd come back and just talk about how things have been over the past year, what's new, what's different, any changes that I've noticed, what I'm doing differently, if anything. If my mindset has changed in the past year. So I just thought I'd come back and talk about that because, it's one thing to post pictures, but there's other things, that's part of the whole journey. So just to get into it, first thing is, what changes have I noticed in my locks? And I mean, there's the obvious that, yes, they're longer. I got, some hang time. They're getting thicker and fuller. They're getting denser and heavier. Those are the obvious changes. And if you see me looking out, it's because I actually have a list of some things that I wanted to cover. But one thing that I noticed particularly is that when I installed my locks, I did 3 parts, or I did, well, 2 on either side, one slight down the middle, and then one that's more like my natural part down the side. I've noticed that as my hair has grown longer, that it actually naturally parts down the middle. So I'm wearing the middle part a lot more than I ever thought I would. But it helps because as my hair's gotten longer, it's in my face, and which is now why I have it pulled up so that it's not hanging in my face. But also because I think it kind of looks cute. But at this point, I've combined some of the locks. I did a lock count video and I had 79, but I've combined some locks since then. Some of them took, I don't know if a couple of them unraveled. I really don't know, so I haven't done a new count, so I'm actually unsure of just how many locks I have now. The last time I counted, I think it was 69, so I had combined from 79 down to 69, but I'm not sure if I still have 69. I'll do another count at some point in the future. One thing is that I'm noticing as my hair gets longer, I'm noticing that I'm having to find new ways to tie up my hair at night when I wrap it up. Just because I've got hair that's now coming out of the end of the scarf, I'm like, man, gotta figure that out. If I want to wear a head wrap, I gotta figure out a new way to tie it up so that I can get the look that I want. But it's also opening up new styles to me that I can kind of tie it up in a way and have maybe part of my hair loose out of it. It's a growing experience. I think it's actually kind of cool that whenever you do a retwist, you immediately see the difference in the length from stretching out that new growth. So that's one thing that I think has been pretty cool. At this point, I'm about 6 weeks since my last retwist. I think I'm gonna go another couple weeks. I think I can go 6 to 8 weeks comfortably. One time I went a little bit past 8 weeks and my roots were just starting to combine way too much for my comfort, and it wasn't worth it. I was just like, am I really gonna see that much of a difference in the thickness of my locks if I retwist at 8 weeks versus 10 weeks? Probably not. So just to avoid the extra pain of lock popping at 10 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks seems to be comfortable. Like I said, I'm at 6 weeks now, and I'll probably go ahead and make it to 8 weeks. Next thing I wanted to touch upon was the care routine. I'm not really doing anything different. As I've said before, I wash as needed. Whether that's at 2 weeks, if that's at 4 weeks, I just wash my hair when it feels that it needs to be washed. The wash process is not a long deal, so it's not a long ordeal. So I just wash my hair when I feel that it needs to be washed. I do still use my moisture mist, and I'll put the link up in the video. I don't have a whole lot of videos, but I'll still put it up in the corner so that if you are interested, you'll be able to find the video. But the moisture mist is what I use. It has tea tree and peppermint oil in it, which are the main things that help to keep my scalp healthy and keep it from itching. Tea tree oil is an antimicrobial, so it helps keep it from growing shit on it, or however you want to put it. But I don't have any scalp issues, and I haven't had any scalp issues. I use the same products that I've been using since day one, which is, again, the moisture mist. I twist my hair, retwist my hair, that is, with organic aloe vera gel, and that's it. And it seems like that works. I'm not having any reactions on my scalp, so I'm gonna keep doing that. Another thing is, as I mentioned, that I do wrap my hair up at night. I'm very diligent about making sure that I wrap it up every night, but I also make sure that I wear a shower cap. I mentioned that before, but one person that I follow, Kimberly Stevenson, love her, she mentioned it when I was following her in the beginning, that, you know, hey, she was getting soap scum in the lower parts of the locks. And it was at that point I started noticing that. So I'm very vigilant about wearing a shower cap in the shower. Even if I'm going to mist my hair, I still wear a shower cap in the shower just to keep soap scum from building up in my hair. At this point, I'm a year in, I don't feel like I have any buildup on my scalp. So I'm not really thinking about doing any sort of ACV rinse or detox, because I just don't feel like I need it yet. Maybe at some point, and if so, then I'll let y'all know. Let's see what else I wanted to touch upon. Was have I changed my mind, or have I thought about dyeing my hair? Because, honey, this gray is really hard. It's, if anybody out there has gray hair and you're in your 40s and it's kind of, or if you're in your 30s or 20s and you have a lot of gray hair and you kind of understand, leave a comment, because it looks like lint in my hair, but it's so much. If you have gray hair, you know that it doesn't hold dye or color the same way as regular black hair, so it's very resistant. So it's kind of like, it's pointless for me to try to dye it. I have so much that it would be a lot for me to keep up with, so I'm really having to embrace this gray journey, and just let it do what it do. But it's hard. But so I think about it, and my ends are blonde because I had my hair dyed before I ever thought about locking my hair, and this is just the residual. But honestly, right now that my hair is locked, would I dye it? No, because it just seems like one of the biggest things, my biggest worry would be, I would be concerned if all of the bleach came out of the lock, because if not, it's going to sit there and just keep eating away at the hair, and that would worry me. I know people bleach their hair safely, and you know what? Good for you. I'm just going to go ahead and accept my gray journey. Guess I'll just live with it, because it could be worse. I could be losing my hair, so I'm thankful that I at least have hair if it's gray. Next is a big question I thought I would ask, is if I have any regrets. And I don't have any regrets about locking my hair. It's been really, it's been really fulfilling. I feel connected to myself. It's been one less thing to worry about while I'm just navigating through this whole pandemic and mental health. So it's been one less thing to not have to worry about, and I could really just focus on me and getting in touch with myself and connecting with myself. So do I have any regrets? Absolutely not. Now, I do think sometimes, man, I wish I had, I wish they were a little bit bigger, or I wish I had done the parting this way, or what if I had started it this way? I think about that sometimes, but never to the point that I'm like, I don't feel like I want to comb my hair out or start over. It's just, it is what it is. And I have to remember that when I started my locks and I did all the parting, I came up with the number that looked good on my size head. So I have to remember that the locks are, they're thick where my hair is thicker, or they're smaller where my hair is thicker, so that they have a uniform look. So my hair probably wouldn't do well, honestly, if I had 50 locks, but I kind of like, man, I wish I had closer to 50 locks as opposed to closer to 70, which is what I have. But I have to remember that I think they are the right size for the size of my head. They don't look like anybody else's locks, but those are my only regrets. Is sometimes I wish I had done like the seashell parting versus the bricklay grid. But you know what? At the end of the day, do I look at my hair and not like it? No, I look at it, I still love it. So, it's cool. And lastly, I just wanted to finish up with maybe some things that I've learned over the past year about myself, about my hair. But I have learned to just accept myself in its natural state. And I've heard people say that before, but I really feel that way. I before was just completely into makeup, but this whole panorama got me to the point that I hardly wear makeup other than maybe some eye makeup, like some mascara and eyeliner. But I just don't do it because can't wear makeup and wear a face mask. I'm one of the people that's still out here wearing my N95, so I know mask mandates have been lifted, but nonetheless, not to start that whole conversation, but I stopped wearing makeup a lot. But I'm okay with my hair not being perfect. I'm okay with it being a little bit frizzy. If I get here a little bit closer, you might be able to see the frizz. If I kind of hold it up a little bit, you can kind of see. Like here's one. This is a big fat one. This one's real frizzy. But it's okay. They don't look perfect, but I still love my hair. I think it's pretty cool, and I just can't wait for it to get longer and start doing more and more stuff with it. But let's see. And lastly, I wanna say that I've learned that I feel like my locks have been awesome at every stage. I really don't feel like I went through an ugly phase. I feel like there was a time where it felt a little awkward because I was just like, well, I don't know what to do. But that was also a time where it was kind of cool here and I was wearing a lot of head wraps. But I wasn't wearing head wraps because I was hiding from anything. I was wearing head wraps because I thought they look good. But I feel like I have a lot of pictures over the past 15 months and I look at them and I liked my hair at all of the phases, and it's just been super exciting watching it change. So no, I don't have any regrets overall. Parting, whatever. No, at the end of the day, nobody pays attention to how you have your hair parted, really. But anyway, that's how I've been feeling about my lock journey. Like I said, I hit 15 months on April 27th. I'm 6 weeks out from my last retwist. I'll probably do my next retwist in the next 1 to 2 weeks, and when I do, I think I'm going to film that. I do have a video of me retwisting my hair, but I want to do another one now that hopefully I know what I'm doing a little bit more, so we'll see. As always, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Not because I'm here to, make a living or anything, but really because I want to interact with people on the platform and hopefully meet some other people virtually that are in the same journey, that are either starting their journey or, you're couple years in, it's always interesting to talk to other people and learn their experiences. So thank you for watching, and I will see you hopefully in 1 to 2 weeks. Take care. Y'all, I about left and I almost forgot to at least let you see my hair without, with taking it out of this little top knot. So let's see, just get into the gray. Look at this at the front. You can kind of see how much I have, and I'm gonna hope that it's in the frame. I'm gonna pull this out, but look at all of that, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. All that gray. But like I said, I won't complain, because there's some people that probably would love to have a head full of gray hair as opposed to not having hair or having patchy hair. But you can see it's kind of sprinkled through. And it's sprinkled through, but it's definitely it's definitely in the top. But that's all, folks. Now we'll try this again. Thank y'all for watching. Good night, good morning, whatever. Thank you, though.